Well, welcome to my show. I was at to stop and think, what title did I put? Speaking of titles, I guess someone came in here and didn't like my title, but that's too bad. Have your own show. This is called Isn't That the Stuff I Put in Spaghetti? And it is October 18th. So it's going to be the 19th in about an hour. Yay, it's Monday. I'm so excited. No, I'm not. I did shorten the show a little bit because I totally forgot. I'm not even done working yet. I still have to pack all my packages for shipping tomorrow. And I just got sidetracked. I don't know if you do. You know, I come on the computer and I've been trying to stay off the computer during the day so that I will make sure I do all the other stuff. Like today I did 2 loads of laundry. I was doing this thing, like I was trying to get organized, but it was kind of like in a messed up way. Like I would walk from one end of the house and start doing something there, and then I have to go get coffee. So then I would go get coffee, and then I start doing something there, and then I was like, oh, but I need to do this. And so I did get things done, but it doesn't look like I did because it's still everything's kind of messy. So I know it's going to take a couple days, and the goal is to be totally organized by Friday, and I'll be all ready for those who have my update. I have my surgery on Monday, so I'm trying to get everything fixed. I even going to find me like a little TV set. Well, I guess I'll just use the computer. I don't even know why. I could just watch movies on the computer. Well, that was stupid. Okay, I'll just forget it. I won't find that. Well, I was going to try to find a little TV set, but it doesn't help if you don't have cable, so I would have to find like all the DVDs. I don't know. I'll be watching Star Wars, like the whole thing, all six things over and over again until I have nightmares of, Darth Vader when he was young. He was hot. Anyways. Oh, my God. Speaking of, I watched, I told you guys I watched Star Trek the other day because that guy is so cute and it was so good. This weekend I watched it 4 times. 4 times. And I didn't even get sick of it. That's bad. Anyway. Okay, well, let's see. Where was I going to do? What are we not in the mood for? My show? Okay, let's see. What did I play? So far, Brooke Lundy Band was How Do You Like Me? And the first song that I played is from that, I don't even remember, to tell you the honest truth. I have no idea. All right. Well, I'm going to give you the number. The number is 347-884-8261. I'm going to play one more song. Let me go get my coffee because I just realized that it's not here. So I'm going to play. All right. I love that song. Oh, I wish I didn't lose it. This dumb switch, every time I play a song and then I lose it, it should put it there so that you know what you just played for people like me. Anyways, the number is 347-884-8261. Feel free to call in if you need to talk. I actually don't have anything to say. I don't even have a topic today. You know what? I didn't even know why I had this show. No, I'm just kidding. It's been one of those weekends. I swear. But you know what? I started decorating. Well, this is while I was supposed to be cleaning. And you know those vine kind of things for your flowers? And usually when you buy them, they have all these missing little things in them. Well, then I had this brilliant idea. I thought, I have all these flowers all over the place because I make those headpieces. And I have some favorites that I won't use because they're my favorite flowers. So I just stuck them in the empty little things that stick out, and now it's like all colorful. I I wish I had a cam. Then I could show you guys. But anyways, I made it, and I put it over my I found some old lace that I haven't used yet, and I kind of like made up this curtain thing. It's not even really a curtain. I just I tacked it on the actual wall to make it look like a curtain. And then I put the roses on the top there. It's looking nice. So that's the only nice thing in my whole apartment right now. It's like, it looks so decorated. Then I came up with this brilliant idea. I'm going to set up this environment for me because, I'm going to be a mess after the surgery. And I'm one of those kind of people that I can't heal unless my whole environment is, perfect. I have to have the music. I have to have incense. I have to have light. I have this thing about lights, like those pretty little lights with the little chandelier kind of lights, like the Tiffany lights. Well, we used to have a lot at the shop that we had, and so I own a couple of them that we never sold, and I took them for my mom. Well, anyways, I do this thing. And I did this when I went through that whole thing with my leg. At the end of my bed, I put a long table, and I put all the lights there, all kinds of different little lights to just be on. So when the main light is off, then I'll have all these little lights on, and then my incense, and then my music, and I just sit there and heal myself. And that's what I was trying to create. So I only got a week. So far, I just got the flower. Oh, and I have to look at things that I like. So I got another one of my brilliant ideas. I have this thing also where I used to, little knickknacks people have, you put on shelves. Well, I don't have any shelves. So I would just tack them on the wall. And if it was a doll, I would string her by the neck and tack her on the wall. I didn't even care how it went up there. But anything that I absolutely liked that I had to look at. So I found these old canvases I had where the paintings didn't come out right. I know this is going to be bad, but I'm just going to paint over them with, gesso paint. So I'm just going to paint over them, and I'm going to stick the stuff onto the canvas. Is that a good idea? And then I'm going to put that on the wall so I could look at it. And then that way I won't get charged when I moved out of here for making holes. So that's my weekend. That's what I've been up to. Anyways, feel free to call. I'm just going to play some music. And I got an hour left. And I don't know what else I could think. That was a new song. I like that. That was pretty good. I like that. She's not perfect, but she's worth it. See, that's me. I'm just joking. All right, the number is 347-884-8261. And I was just thinking today how weird. I love my show, don't get me wrong, but, some of the BTR people and stuff and the drama. I was reading this thing about me saying I was ugly and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, right. I'm just kidding. Okay, anyways, feel free to call in if you want to talk. And let's see. You call in and what? Oh no, I want you here. What? Oh no. Of course I want you here. You dork. What did he say? I'll call and hold the mic to the earpiece. Want to hear some? Oh. Man, I wish I had some snack food or something. I don't have anything in the house. I haven't went shopping yet because I don't know what I'm supposed to eat. Like, can I eat afterwards? So I do have on there. I'm going to buy. Believe it or not, I'm buying me Ensure or something like that with old people drink with vitamins. So I'm gonna have that and my vitamins, and then I'm gonna have my whole room how I was making it. I think you missed it, UPS, but What? I had her. Oh, no, thank you, Anani. You know what? I am so thankful for you, Anani. I mean, I know I told you this on the air before, and I'm not going to cry because I'm not going to cry. But, you know, I think about it could have went a different way and what kind of friends I could have ended up with, you know, and I'm glad that I followed my heart and I did the right thing, and I'm glad that I didn't let anybody try to persuade me differently. And because you're a very good friend. I love you. I love you too, Torque. And UPS driver. And hi, War Starter, nice to meet you. But so don't you think that's kind of cool with the whole canvas idea? And so that's my project this week. I'm going to change the room around a little bit so that while I'm laying here, I have stuff to look at. Then I'm going to have the lights at the end of my feet. And I'm even getting crazy. Like I'm thinking, you know, the Christmas lights, I ran into the white Christmas lights. So instead of like Christmas lights, I'll put the lights, the white ones, around my window just so I could look at them. And then that's it. And then so I just need a jar of chocolate and peanuts and snacks, and I'll be good. I can heal. I'll be fine. It'll be very cool. All right. I guess I better look at the switchboard. A whole hour is remaining. Okay, this is the longest show I've ever had in my whole life. I'm going to shorten it. Let's see. The number is 347-884-8261. You can feel free to call in if you need to talk or would like to talk or what have you. I know people aren't used to me being on having a show all of a sudden. Enjoy it while you can, because I don't know when I'll be back again. Let's see. I'm trying to play something different. I do like that cha-cha-cha. I mean, do you guys mind if I play it? There's pink Christmas lights now? Are you serious? That would be cool. Oh, I would just have them there just to have them. I remember this lady. I think I told you guys about her. She's a fairy lady artist. I should look her up and see if she's still around. And people, you know, I met her during my art walk. No, when we had a shop in Ventura, and she used to come around during the art walks. And she would literally be dressed as a fairy. And what she did was acrylic paintings. And she was an older lady, and fairy artist. Let me see if I can find her. And people, you know, when people are a little bit different, and people just automatically assume, oh, they're crazy, you know, they're weird or whatever. They used to think that of her because she would sit in front. Okay, she'd have her paintings in the back, and she'd be sitting in the front of the store, and she would dress like a fairy every day. Not just for that, but she would dress in whatever she felt like dressing as that day, right? And one day, I finally got to talk to her and really got to know her, and she was a genius. I mean, she had the highest IQ. She was just brilliant, you know, like she was just so intelligent. It wasn't even funny. I mean, she's just that intelligent. And you figure some people wouldn't know that because they're judging her by her outward appearance. And I went to her house one day, and it was so cute. It was just a little, very modest house. Like you would drive by, and it's a tiny, tiny house. I don't know if anybody's been in Ventura, but the houses off by the beach are really tiny. And a house could be just like one bedroom with one kitchen, one bathroom, and that's it. And it's a whole house, like a fairy tale house. Well, on the outside, you couldn't tell anything because it just looked like it was poverty, you know. But as soon as she walked in, Oh my God, I love this lady. She had little fairy figures that she made hanging from the ceiling. Anything that she created, the whole place was filled with just the stuff she made. You know, even down to the sofa, the little chairs. She would sew lace on it and things like that. She had jewelry, like just pasted to the wall, jewelry, napkins, you know, lace, just all kinds of stuff. But it was just so artsy, and it was so, I loved that place. And ever since then, that's where I got the idea. I started putting stuff up that I like, but now I'll just put it on a canvas because that way I can move it, and nobody will find me for it. But I just thought, I don't know what I thought about her. Maybe something's going on. Maybe I got to look her up and see where she's at. There must be a reason why I just thought about her. Okay. Well, as soon as I find her, actually, I will actually put it on my blog spot, and you guys can see her paintings and such. It's just really beautiful. And I have well, not original. No, she gave me a print. I have a print, but I have her signature on it, so it's very cool. All right. All right, let me see what we got. Decorating pizza boxes. Yeah. I just think there's something so interesting about that. Or like, you know, like that one area, I know it's around here somewhere in the desert, right, where that guy did everything with bottles or bottle caps or something like that. And now, like, people will stop on the side of the road and it's like a tourist. Yeah. Oh, yeah, pink lights is sexy lights, right? Doesn't that? Oh, that reminds me of Holland. Wait. Sorry, hold on. I just realized what would heal me. Lobster dinner. Just kidding. All right, let's see here. What? I haven't spoken to her in like 7 years, so I gotta find her. But it was the neatest thing. If it was, you know, if I ever owned a house like a little house, I would do that too. I would paint it, whatever I'm feeling at the time. It would be like you walked into a different world, and I'd probably have no friends, but that's okay because I have my art. I'd have my art, my paints. I would have my pink lights. Oh, I crack myself up. Yeah, exactly. Lobster dinner heals everything. I think so too. I think good food. Oh. All right. I don't know. My switchboard is acting up kind of strange, so it looks like I missed some calls. I'm tempted to play my cha-cha music. I won't, though. I do kind of want a cha-cha. I don't even think I know how to cha-cha. Oh, okay. I'll play a Nani song, and then I'll play. Oh, then I'll come back. Where is it? Yeah, there's mean people suck. Isn't that a saying that they have? Mean people suck, and it's true. They do. And some people are just mean because they're not happy with themselves. And so what they do is they try to bring down other people because it makes them feel good. I know somebody like that. I know a couple people like that. And they get off on that. But I won't go there because I'm nice. Okay. How embarrassing. I'm sorry, you guys. So that must have sounded irritating. Was that bad? That must have been bad. So you guys missed, what was I talking about anyways? Good night. Okay, the music's off now though, right? I'm so embarrassed. Well, how come I couldn't hear it? The whole switchboard was like totally off. Oh my God. That's so embarrassing. Okay. Your dog's barking. I think it's time for me to go to bed now. Oh my God. All right, let's see here. My switchboard, right? Now it's all wacky. Okay, so I can't see anything on the switchboard. Yeah, I think that's it, Torque. You guys are all tired, and there really wasn't any music. What a bummer. You know, I played that song for Nani, and then it was like it wasn't playing, so I was like, okay, I'll just keep talking. Okay. Oh, all right. Good night, UPS. I wonder. Now it's going to bug me. I have to go listen to the show to see how that sounded with the music and me talking. Now I don't know what I was talking about and what I missed, or what you guys missed. Anyways. Oh, you're in the desert? I'm in the desert, too. I'm in the desert, and it really bites. You know, it was so hot. It was so hot. And we had, finally, when it finally broke, we had like 3 to 4 days of nice weather. And then all of a sudden we had like this dust storm day. And everything got extremely dusty. I left the window open and there was dust on my bed. And then after that it got really windy, and then now it's coldish. So we only had like 4 nice days. That's it. And it'll happen again like right around spring. You'll have like a week where the weather's just perfect. And then it'll be either extremely hot or extremely cold. It's ridiculous. Oh, you're in Apple. Oh, so you're like, I think you're south of me. I'm near Bakersfield. Yeah, exactly. It's a beach with no water. Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh, is there snow in LA? I'm not sure. Huh. Alaska's nice. I'm going to move. You know what? Okay, I know I don't talk politics, but I swear, if he signs that treaty, I'm out of here. I am going to Canada. I'm going to move to Alaska. Okay, I know it's still the United States, but it's better than I'm getting the hell out of here. Wait a minute, I guess it wouldn't matter then, huh? I don't know. I won't go there. Oh, Holland. Oh, what do you mean? You have snow in the mountains, Torque? Where are you, Torque? Actually, I don't think I ever asked you that before. Oh. No, I'm not going to move to Holland. The only thing I like about Holland are their fries and mayonnaise. I like their fries and their fish and chips. I like that in England, too. They have, like, you know, when we went to England, I'm like, what kind of food do they have? Like, is there any, like, English food? Like, a specialty English food? And it's just sandwiches. and there's some, but the fish and chips rock. They had fish and chips and pizza. And I was shocked with the pizza, but they had fish and chips and pizza everywhere. And we lived on the fish and chips. It was good. Good stuff. I have a couple wooden shoes. I have one that's just, okay, I brought one back. Well, I have some from the family, too. They're always orange, that orange-yellow thing with the little windmill on it. But I thought, being an artist, I had to have one that was just plain so that I could paint it, right? So I brought back some that were just plain made in front of me for me to keep, and my size and everything. And I brought them home. At the time I lived near the coast. I forgot about them and they got molded. They actually got mold on it. I was like, what the heck? What is it? What are these spots? And they're like, you have to throw them away. They're molded. I go, how can they be molded? And I guess the moisture from the beach. It was not pretty, so I don't have those anymore. But I have a lot of blue Delft and stuff like that. Okay, so let's see. Let's see it back to topic, which was, there was no topic tonight. I was just babbling. I thought I would have a show because I haven't had one very regularly. All right. Hi, Firehouse. Nice to see you. And Russ, nice to meet you. Okay. Wait. Wait. All right, let's see. I totally forgot to put the switchboard up. Sorry. I don't know what it is. It's like, and the music, at this time I heard it, but the board's like, oh, wacky. Anyway, so what did I talk about? I talked about, I've got more stuff coming up later, but I haven't debated whether I will talk about them or not. Right now, we'll just work on one thing at a time. So, my recent thing is I have surgery on Monday, you guys. I have to call up at 8 o'clock exactly in the morning to verify, and then I got to call 24 hours exactly from the time of the surgery so that they can tell me not to eat or drink. Now, this is the stupid part, because I know I'm going to be so thirsty. What happens if I drink water? I mean, can't I just drink some water and then make sure I go before I get there kind of thing? I can't imagine going 24 hours without eating or drinking a darn thing. That is ridiculous. No coffee? Oh, my God. Just think about it. And then I know, like, afterwards I'm going to be so hungry. Am I going to be able to eat afterwards? Because I don't think you can eat anything after they've messed with your body, you know, especially if it's your stomachs and all that stuff. I mean, you can't eat now. This stuff down. I got to ask them that tomorrow because, like, there's no way in hell I'm going to excuse my, without my at least coffee. Okay, or can you, like, put water in your mouth, like, even if it's soda, and just pretend like you're drinking it and then spit it out? I wonder if that would work. I don't know. What? Grasshopper. That could be a whole show if you worked there. Oh, here are ballooning. So, hey, what happened with that balloon thing? They say it was a, I don't know what to believe. Like, I was reading something that it was a hoax, and then they're saying it's not a hoax. So it's like, I don't know if they're just doing that because they want to press charges because it costs money, or if, you know, because what happens if, okay, I got to stay positive. I can't worry about that. The boy's okay, right? So he's fine. But I remember tripping out on that picture because I was like, what the heck? If a kid's in that, how is he breathing and stuff, you know? And if my kid would be so in trouble if he did something stupid like that. All right, let's see. What was I going to read here? For ghosts. Oh, someone has. What? Desiree giving you a headache? Oh, it's you. Yeah, dude. You need the coffee made? Okay, hold on. All right, the number is 347-884-8261. You can feel free to call in if you'd like to talk or chat, and that'd be fine. Let's see here. All right. I think I'm already pooped out. Okay, the show's over. Show's over now. Time to go. Goodbye. Bye-bye. No. This is really cool. This is such a good evening. I just really, I'm feeling really good today. This is really good. All right, so let's see any more updates. Oh, also, I was at the show, this BTR show earlier, and it gave me a brand new great idea. So I'm gonna write a book. I mean, I've tried to write a couple of books so far. I just never finish them. But this time, that's gonna be my new project. I'm writing a book. I can't say what it is yet till I'm almost done because I don't know when to copy it. So I'm really excited. So now I'm trying to look. I know there must be I try to figure out how to do the whole ebook thing, but I'm going to try to make it into an ebook, and then that way you can actually sell those and people can download them on their computer. So you're probably going to hear some more about that. So that's my new project, my ebook. Very cool. Hey, Stinger. Greetings. I'm just kicking back and playing music. You guys can call in if you want. Number's 347-884-8261. I only got 22 minutes left in the show, and then I gotta get some stuff done. Oh, okay. Let me see if I could hear.
All right, let's see.
Hello?
Hello, Rose. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, very good. How you doing? It's Torque.
Hey, Torque. How are you?
I'm doing good, sweetheart.
You are kind of low.
All right, let me try and get this microphone adjusted.
Just come closer to the mic.
Okay. How about this?
Oh, I can hear you better. Can you guys hear him? So what's going on?
What's going on? Let's see.
How are you doing?
I'm making an entire set of bedroom furniture that I just finished up staining. I made 2 chests of drawers, a window seat with 2 wall cabinets, 6.5-foot wall cabinets, and a 10-drawer dresser with a mirror.
Oh, wow. You do that?
No, it's just...
You have the whole equipment? You got all
yeah,
that?
I have all the tools.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, come out real... It's got to be the... honestly, Rose, it's got to be some of the prettiest furniture I ever seen. Period.
How long did it take you?
I guess the better part of 3 months to do it. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. That's good.
And we took our time. The longest part is your finish sanding to make everything dead square, and then polishing it up, then applying your stains, your sealers, your clear coats, and that's like a 7-8 step process to put 3 or 4 coats of clear on top. But they come out real nice.
I'm so proud of you. You know, not that skill is not. A lot of people don't have those kind of skills anymore.
Unfortunately, you have to be right, because all the video games and seeing my oldest 2 boys grow up with those skill sets, and my youngest son doesn't have them naturally. It's in there, but it's not something that I was teaching him all the time.
Because you know what I noticed right now, especially with these hard times and everybody losing their jobs and stuff. And sometimes I saw on the internet and on eBay and stuff, and the ones that are making the money are the ones that have craft skills. Like
really?
Still making some kind of income. The ones who are creating stuff with their hands because, they don't have jobs or what have you. So they've had to make up something to sell. And I noticed that a lot of people don't have those skills. That's neat. That is so cool. I would love to do something like that, but I would be so scared about my fingers.
Yeah, you have to respect your... I got nice equipment. Stuff that I bought over the years.
I should email you, because maybe you can make me something I can buy from you. Because
sure.
I need stuff to hang necklaces on and hair falls, but they have to be long enough, like with pegs, so that when I'm at a show I can hang them up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like just display thing, like.
Yeah, something.
You want to do? I'll email you one day. I could see maybe you can make me some of those.
Something like a hairband holder type thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because I have hair bands, I have the little hair falls, but at the top there's a little loop, but they're like 18, 19 inches long, so it has to be long enough to hang it. And then I have, the other things are just racks for.
And you'd want it to go like in tiers, I guess, on
Yeah,
Like,
it's just something funky, but it has to be compacted so I can put it on a little table. Because I only get the one table.
Well,
but right now they're just spread out on the table. But if I put it up, then it gives me room for other baskets and stuff, you know. So.
Yeah. Well, draw it out. Anything rough drawing on a piece of paper or any ideas, then I'll refine it and send it back to you.
That's cool. Well, very cool.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Here, we got another. Oh, well, the caller left. I thought we had another caller. Okay. Where? A hanging rack. Oh, where are you? I guess Singer was trying to call in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got a switchboard open. I'm looking. You can go back in. I'm glad you called me. I didn't think you would.
How did? Oh, come on, Rose. You should forget about everything. Tomorrow's a new day. Even right now, if you went off on a total bizarre, if we start tearing each other's hair out tomorrow, we just use some soap and water and start over again. You know, that's the way it has to be.
Yep.
You know, that's it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to whip you last time you tried to call.
I think you were in a whole mindset of other people around you, truthfully, at that time.
Oh, that was horrible. I'm so glad it's over. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad it's over.
Yeah, that just gently kept pulling you over to some particular area in your life, and it was kind of obvious, but who's to know what's up? But I immediately knew that something wasn't right, so it didn't matter what you said. I didn't hold anything against
Well, that's what I think. That's what I think is so awesome about the whole thing. Like you and Anani and a few other people that were the true friends. You know what I mean? You guys were all very quiet and just letting it, just waiting. You know, like, and I just waited because she knew I wasn't. I was very confused.
Yep.
Like I didn't know what way was up. But as soon as I started catching drift, then she just helped me. It's like, wait a minute, something's not right. Because I'm kind of slow like that, you know?
Yeah.
And you know how something in your spirit's not right, like something's not. Whenever there's confusion, even spiritually and what have you, something's wrong. There shouldn't be a whole bunch of confusion or negative stuff, you know?
Right. And issues of the heart or the soul can use up just as much energy as if you were real smart and knew someone was goofing with you, but you wouldn't have your laughter and your heart that you have now. So we can't have both all the time in abundance is what I kind of see in life.
Yeah, that's true. I'm learning that.
Yeah. I try, but it doesn't happen. I burn out. So I made some bedroom furniture. My wife is absolutely just eclectic over this whole thing. She's like,
this is personally for you guys, for your home. Oh, that's neat.
And the master bedroom is 18 by 16.6, and I have 14.5-foot vaulted ceilings in there. So it's hard to buy furniture, even if we had the money now. So I made tall furniture and light furniture. It's all walnut too, by the way. Very tough wood to work with. Yeah, brutal. Wow,
you could make a good living on that. Because have you ever seen that Amish furniture? I never realized Amish furniture is expensive. Anything homemade like that is very expensive furniture.
You see, I don't really know, and that's my trouble. I don't get out enough to say.
Yeah,
oh
I mean,
God,
to buy homemade solid wood furniture like that, like you're describing, it's hard to come by, and then only, unless you find them. But I know like the Amish do it, and their furniture is extremely expensive. Like only rich people can get that furniture, But that's cool. That's what I got. I gotta find a man that can do that, because my house will have like little cupboards everywhere.
Well, on each side of the window seat, I put two 6'5", not quite 6'6" cabinets on the side, and the doors open up, and I have a projector in there, a wall projector, and it can shine computers, CDs, DVDs, Cablevision, everything on that 14-foot vaulted ceiling on the opposite wall. So we have a whole projector room, and you just close the doors, and you don't see it anymore. I built that in to it at the same time.
Wow, I'm so proud of you. I think that's awesome. What do they call it? God, I had the word. What is it called that you do?
Which? Oh, well, actually, I'm a gas and diesel engine mechanic is what I have been my whole life.
Oh, but what is that called when people make furniture? What's the word?
Millwrighting. Millworking.
No, I thought there was another. Darn it! It's going to bother me. Wait till after the show, I'll get it.
Yeah, I did use a lot of the lumber recycled, Russ, by the way.
That is so neat.
The only flat, beautiful parts, I had to buy new walnut. But I did have some pure walnut that I ran through the planer to bring it, to size it down, to reuse it. That's what I got started out of that. So I did use a lot of recycled lumber. Because if I just bought all new and cut it, then that's not, to me, that's not a real giant challenge either, To bring something back from nothing is way cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Is it
so we got the
carpenter,
we got
or
that
is that
all
different?
done.
A carpenter's different, right?
Yeah, well, they could put a finished carpenter is someone that would do finery work. Carpentry is a vast area. You'd have to ask your carpenter, truthfully. I don't know.
Oh, I wish I could see it. Should take pictures.
I already got them. I already got them.
Oh, nice. Well, very good, Zork.
And the bathroom that we redone, retiled the whole floor. We tore the whole bathroom out. It's a 3-person tub spa bath type thing built in the ground. It's only up about 11 inches off the ground, the tub area, and I built a double sink system. And what I did is I used top kitchen cabinets from I got them for $60. They were broken, and I flipped them upside down and ripped about 3 inches off them to drop the height down, because bathroom counters are lower than kitchen, and made a real sexy top to it, about an 8'6" swerving top that looks. Everyone thinks that it's solid marble, but it's just laminate on top of it. So I did pretty good. Got lucky.
Wow, your place must be beautiful.
Yeah, it is actually. We got it's about 2,800, not quite 3,000 square foot place. I built it myself in 1980, and then added on to it when I was doing really good in business back in the 80s and 90s, and now I have like
That's just
zero.
like one time I had this boyfriend who did, was it called masonry? Where they with bricks?
Yeah, masonry.
Yeah, and then he started doing these brick things in the house. I love stuff like that. You know, it's like you can create anything. Anything you imagine, you can create it.
Yeah, I have a great set of hands. I just don't have the vision for things like when I see you do some of your finery that you showed me, 3 years ago now. I think that's awesome. And I look at it and go, boy, I don't know if I have the patience to do it. But when someone comes in and looks at my furniture, they go, oh my God, what'd you do? Work for Broyhill or something? And I look at them like, are you nuts? I guess you just fall into doing it or something. I don't know.
I know when you do it, yeah, it's different. When you're creating it, to you it's just like something you do. You just do it,
Right.
And you're really critical the whole time, and just like. But then when someone else compliments, like, wow, I don't know, it's really strange. It's like you just assume that they can do that.
Yes.
And so that's
and
where
when you say,
that's why I was talking about making a living on it, because I never thought about making a living. I used to just make stuff and give it away. I would make anything and then just give it away, which is no problem. But when I became desperate, then I had to think of something, and then I realized that people don't. Your gift is your craft is your craft. Not everybody does it, and people are searching for it, because they can't make it. So that's what I was thinking with you. Your furniture, but then you would be working all the time.
I can do everything from you name it. I mean, I've been a fabricator for 5 years of my life. Back in the 70s, that's how I started out, metal fabrication and welding, and I've got all my certificates and everything from stick, MIG, tungsten, and
I knew this lady at the trade show.
Yeah.
She came in. I think I talked about this one. She came in with this little wooden carrying thing with a screen on the side, and it was shaped as little bugs that she painted. Like one was like a little flower, but I'm talking like a little carrying thing, like a little basket. You know what it was? It was to collect bugs. For little kids to collect bugs and stick them in there, and it had the screen there so they can breathe.
Wow.
She had one in the shape like of a frog, with a little handle so they can hold around so they can catch frogs. And she sold them. She sold them for like $7, and she was out. Like she had them out there, and it was just a little craft show, a craft fair, and they totally sold out.
That's inventive.
Yeah. See, she just, and who would have ever thought about that? Like a little tote for little boys and girls that like bugs. She even had a little roly-poly thing for little roly-poly bugs.
Oh, geez.
It was cute.
No, I have a great set of, as my dad used to say, he was a mason. He was a brickie, a block layer his entire life. And he used to hold his hands up. He says, as long as you got these, you'll never starve. And he's right. But I also would like to find something that I guess is challenging enough to where I can dive into it and lose myself again, where I used to with my engines. But if I never look at another piston, liner, sleeve, crank, valve set assembly again, it'll be all too soon. I couldn't care if I see another piston in my lifetime.
Oh.
I had 30 years of it, and
are you retired now?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? It's like just because you're retired doesn't mean the fire's out.
Oh, yeah. If I actually had a job this whole time and then retired, I'd be living it up. But right now, I just wish I had a job. I feel like I missed out.
Well, being self-employed, a lot of years, being younger, you don't really think you're going to be self-employed forever. You don't know how long it's going to last, and then 5 years go by, and 15 years go by, and you go, I should have been paying a lot more in to my Social Security than I should. Yeah, I should be overpaying just in case. But you don't, because you're self-employed, and you just don't. It's just the way it is. You'd rather go out to dinner or, eat the money that particular week because you just figure you're going to be doing something else because it's going to end sometime. And 30 years go by and I'm retired.
Exactly.
I can't believe it. So I don't have a very good income at all. I sure paid a hell of a lot of taxes, I'll tell you that. I did. And I was a good employee.
I paid so much taxes, with a self-employed. Like, I paid a lot because I have to pay it all at once, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know what? I applied for unemployment several months. Remember, I was having a hard time a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured. Someone said, well, if you've done taxes all this time, you can apply for unemployment, right? I go, oh. So I found this site. It says if you're self-employed and your income's gone down to such and such, but you're still trying, you get this unemployment insurance benefit thing, whatever. So I applied for the whole thing. Then they send me a paper. There's nothing in the unemployment savings thing. I go, wait a minute. You guys said you took out all these taxes to cover this. I didn't understand,
That's what I fell into. That's what I fell into. I didn't have a good enough accountant to understand that I was getting hammered by the government my whole life.
Oh, you did too? So I go, okay, so does that mean there's nothing in my Social Security? So I requested for them to send me the Social Security thing. Thank God they added some, because they show it on there, I have my income. But I was like, what if they did? So all these years, I'm paying taxes and there's nothing. But I couldn't even get unemployment. So I was like, wow. So then where did the unemployment tax go?
The amount of it probably just goes back into the system.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened. I mean, I'm okay now, but at the time I was just like, oh, cool. And,
I bet I paid. I bet I paid over $600,000 in taxes. I guess in my life.
Ooh.
In taxes.
I think mine.
So I generated a lot of money, but that doesn't mean.
Mine was only like about. Last year it was about 3,000.
Yeah.
3,000 or 4,000.
When you're in business and you're generating $150,000 or something a year or $250,000, then you're paying a lot of money per year on taxes. Believe me, the percentage really.
And I did luck out with the earned income credit thing, because if I didn't have the single mom thing, it would have been more. It would have been way more. That was the only thing that saved me.
Well, I could have hit a lot of it through corporate, but I stayed with a single proprietorship. I could have hid behind a corporation, but I didn't want to, because I really didn't think it was going to last, nor did I ever think I was going to stay at that higher volume. Some years I didn't. And your actual money that you bring home has nothing to do with the kind of money I'm talking. It's just not the way it is.
Oh, wow.
At the end of the year, you make ends meet, and if you add on to your house or do something, yeah, you get a nice house. You got stuff to show for it, and and that's why my house is big and I got vaulted ceilings and all. But when you retire, you don't get, that's it. You're done. You might as well have said you just quit work because you don't have any real money coming in. I mean, it's over. So
see, isn't that scary?
Yeah, it is.
That's why it's good going back to your craft, because you can do something with that if it came down to it. You know, that's why I wish I should start a school just for that. Let's start a school just for that,
okay,
for crafters, like people who sew, and because these kids, they don't. You figure a lot of the home ec classes are gone. A lot of the art's gone, shop classes gone. People where they can learn how to do whatever their skill is, and they can try to make a living for themselves if it ever came down to like it is right now.
Well, I knew America was in trouble when they started whacking out that whole mentality of you don't work for a living anymore. You go to a place to type into a computer. I knew we were going down the wrong alley, because you can't build a bridge by typing a computer. You can't put roads in by typing on a computer. You may be able to mow a lawn or mow the highway, but you got to build the damn highway first. You have to build buildings first. And those natural skills that I took for granted growing up, it's probably like you say. It's we got to get back to them, otherwise we'll have nothing except falling down junk.
Yep.
I don't know why, like you said, they pulled a lot of arts out of the school.
And it's like you said, the kids are just, when you think about it, they're just playing games.
Yeah.
Of course, technology is needed, etc. But what about the people who are like, whether they're living on, in little,
UPS.
Smaller homes, farms, etc.
UPS driver said even his school stopped.
Yeah, because even people who, because I was thinking, even people who can fruit, or any, like this guy at one show that I was at, he got, how people can food? He had this pecan pie in a jar. Okay, it was all, what do you call it, where it was closed off with the air packed shut and everything.
Yeah,
he had all the ingredients in there, everything in there. All he had to do was put it on a pie crust and then bake it, And he sold that thing for $12. He sold a lot, just for a little recipe he made. And then he disappeared, so I don't know if they got on it, because it was food or what. But he was doing good for a while.
That's neat.
Even little things like that.
I'll have to go to a flea market or a bazaar or arts and crafts fair and really find out what's going on. And
yeah,
see if
just
I
check it out, because even those little local ones, sometimes the booth is only like $10. And if you come up with something small that you can make a lot of, and just have fun painting it or leaving it, actually you could probably do it non-painted, so they could paint it themselves, kind of thing.
It just doesn't matter. It can be in metal. If you think what I'm talking, when you see this furniture, you'll just I am bragging because it really come out like 5 times more beautiful than I would have even imagined. It's dead on, and it's like a shiny new.
Well, I'm proud of you. I would love, if I ever become wealthy, I'm going to buy a lot of stuff from you. I'm going to fly you and your wife out to just build my house.
Well, my wife has grand ideas. I mean, she is solid.
Oh, she could just talk to me while I do the belly dance stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you work.
Yeah, but she's a worker, and she did all the real finery finishing of the coating to make it just. I mean, there's not a brush stroke in it. It looks like it's. It looks like they look like pieces of candy. The furniture.
Oh, neat.
They're that.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, you're not kidding. So.
Because even
I did real good there.
I don't know why I thought about this, but you know how like on the movies, the Santa toys and stuff that were all wooden?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody makes those anymore, things like that. I bet those would do good. Because it's almost like old-fashioned, but it's just so neat, you know? I always think they're neat. But like the trains, the little trains, and then because nowadays everything.
What I used to make my kids, they all grew up when I had my shop. My older boys that went in the army and now they're out again. But they grew up around welding and bending, and I mean it was nothing for them to throw something in a 40-inch lathe and rip it down to size and barrel it and stuff. I mean they have their stuff together, believe me.
You
We
know what I noticed? That kids that played with Legos, they're all very crafty. They grew up to be crafty adults.
Yeah, they are.
If you had Legos or Lincoln Logs, or you had toys where you had to actually build.
I must have 100 pounds of Legos.
I like the Lincoln Logs.
Yeah, I got them.
I couldn't make a whole lot with it, but I just liked them because I liked how they just sat on top of each other. But I wasn't creative enough to actually figure out how to build something like really good out of them.
Well, I think you probably weren't shown because you do have a really good eye, and you are crafty, and I just think that it just wasn't introduced at an early age. My dad was an unbelievable gentleman, just an extremely rare individual that if I never even met him or had him as my dad, I would think there's such quiet kindness that was with him his whole life. But he had his shit in one bag, believe me, and he really showed us things by example, right in front of us, very few words, day after day, week after week, and I learned it's still going on, and the things I taught my kids are through him.
See, that's what's neat. Like when I first started making like belts and stuff like that, or the belly dance stuff, you know what started me on it? It was so ridiculous because I failed sewing. Okay, I never could sew a thing in my life. I can hand sew if I imagine it, but I can't follow a pattern. I don't know if anybody knows this. I told Anani this one day, and she was surprised. I don't even own pins. Like, you know, most sewers, they pin things down. I don't pin anything. But my grandma taught me how to crochet. And the first belly dance thing I made, I saw all these coins hanging around. I go, well, I should just crochet them on make them look like a belt or something like that. So I started crocheting them, you know, and it was like, oh. And then I started making up stuff, and then finally I taught myself the sewing machine so I could just sew a straight. If it's a straight line, I can sew it as long as it's a straight line. So I just started making up stuff, but because my grandma showed me. Now, what if my grandma never showed me that? I wouldn't have making a living right now.
Right. That's
you know, I wouldn't even know what to do.
What's the difference between macrame and knitting and crocheting. Now, I did learn, I think, how to I learned how to do two of them years and years when I was in my teens. I just did it for finery hand movement, just to see if I could beat out my little sister, because she took to it like water. So I just wound my clock nuts, and I wanted to beat her at her own game, but it didn't work. But I learned how to do one or the other. But I forget which ones are what. What's macrame? What's knitting?
I think macrame is knots, like just knots.
Yes, it is.
And then knitting, I have no idea because I never learned it. I even try to teach myself. I don't catch it.
Yeah, and knitting's over, under, through, right?
It's almost like a weave. I guess it's almost like a weaving, singular weaving kind of thing. So crochet is the only thing I know. I wish I knew macrame, because then I can make those beaded necklaces with that hemp stuff. Like you put shells and things like that. I could make up something, but
you know what I looked at? I looked at on eBay and some of these stores like AC Moore or Michaels and stuff. Is this jewelry that you can buy separate? But I didn't have any real vision of what I could make. And I always look at this stuff that's made in China, and I figured, how can you beat the prices? So I tell you, the Chinese market disillusioned me for knickknacks more than anybody, I think, in my life.
Yeah. Well, I actually had someone. One of my very first orders, huge orders, was from Japan, right? Mm-hmm. I was so dumb. He bought almost everything on my site, one of everything, and didn't even dawn on me. Okay, so I go and make it, and I ship it out. Yeah. Right now, he is one of my competitors on eBay.
What an asshole.
His designs are almost identical to mine, which mine I totally made up at the time because nobody had that style. You know, I made up the style.
You see, when I grew up in the 60s, if someone did that,
and then he puts his down for like $3, $3. You know, and it's like, what the heck? So I'm wondering, like you said, I don't know if it looks like mine, but you could tell it's a little, I don't know if the material's cheaper or what, because you can't get a close-up of the picture. Like I can't see unless I buy one. It's like, I want to see.
Buy them off of him, Rose, and make them better.
Yeah, but he actually, so I put a disclaimer on there, and then I felt bad, but then I realized, like, if they're just ordering one outfit, etc., okay, I'll still make it. But it should have dawned on me when he bought almost everything on my site that something was up. You know, he just thought my stuff was so awesome.
Yeah, you were happy.
I was just happy to get a sale that big, too, because I was like, oh, my gosh, you know, because he bought like $3,000 worth of stuff.
Oh, my God, this guy really loves my work.
Yeah, for me at that time, $3,000, that kicked me off. But, see, it kicked him off even more because he has employees, I guess. So they just made mass. I shouldn't be bitter. I'm not bitter, you guys. I'm just saying.
Well, you see, when I grew up, and someone, you would just go and the whole town would go and just smack the living shit out of somebody that would be like that. But nowadays, that's normal. That's what they say. Oh, it's just capitalism. All I'm really doing is making your product better. But back in only 30 years ago, 40 years ago, you would say, you son of a bitch, all you're doing is a rotten copycat son of a bitch.
Darn you,
and we got away from that. Yeah, we got away from that. So I'm looking for something that I can do handiwork-wise. Nothing as big as the furniture. I must say that was a workout. but more down in the lines of your stuff, more maybe personal stuff. It can be wood,
just something
it can
little.
be metal.
Yeah, just something little that you have time for, and then just one day see, just see. It could be extra money, just something. And then you can actually talk to people, and then pretty soon they're going to say, oh, do you do this? Do you do that? And then you're going to go, darn it, Rose, I was fine.
Yeah.
I was resting with my wife. We were hanging out. Now I got to work.
Well, you might be right, but if I got to talk to a person face to face, I'll scream too. I can't take it anymore.
All right. It's so funny. I do these shows, but in person, I am really quiet. Believe it or not, I'm really quiet. And if someone talks to me, it's funny.
Boy, they have no idea.
Yeah.
What side of her. Yeah, that's right.
They don't have any idea of my BTR side. They're just like,
right.
Are you shy?
If you went BTR on them, they wouldn't know what hit them.
They'd have no idea. They'd be.
That's right.
No, I'm actually really shy. Like I can't. Like customer service, I'm horrible. I can't deal with complaints. I know I usually need help. Like if I have a complaint, like I used to get them in the very beginning. I don't anymore.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to handle it, so I wouldn't read their emails. Then I'd send it to a friend to read it for me before I read it. It was horrible. It was like, gosh, I can't believe you got a business.
But it sounds like you did really good, because that's tough to do. When stuff broke that I threw together over the years, when a Detroit Allison comes apart, you're talking an $11,000 rebuild because the idiot put his own type oil in it, because that's the oil he uses. That's the reason I worked on it the first time. And then he brings it back. You just want to say, you know what? Here's a stick of dynamite. Stick it in your mouth. Clamp down while I light it. And so I'm not very good. I'm a terrible people person, and thank God I always had people.
Were you ever a waiter or anything?
Oh my God, no, couldn't do it.
I tried that once, and I'm a really nice person for the most part, right? Until this one guy, I don't know what it was, but I was so mad. So I got a head of lettuce. I cut it in half and I put it on his plate. I said, "Here, you want your?" I got fired, but whatever. I don't know why they used to always stick me in these only restaurant jobs would hire me, because I think they thought I was like more of a domestic kind of girl. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I would always do these prep cook jobs. Like I always had these prep cook jobs. So I was like, I want to be a waitress because they didn't have to do all this manual labor, right? So then I became a waitress, and then it was hard because I had to deal with people. But finally,
they don't know you're just a bad.
But now that I see Hell's Kitchen and stuff, I was like, darn it. They were supposed to yell at me. Because I would lose my temper because they'd be yelling at me, And I was like, they just constantly yelling. Everybody's yelling in the kitchen. And so I would lose my temper and I'd get fired somehow, some way.
Oh, I did have a job when I was 15. I worked at the local delicatessen, and slicing up hoagies and stuff, and the lunch crowd would be there, and you're there for like a summertime job and nights, and during the days people would stop in for their lunch and they gotta have it now. And they expect you to remember what sandwich they ordered yesterday. you know, a ham on cheese with rye
Oh, yeah.
slices. And I'm only 15. I don't even remember the guy from yesterday, first off. And second, I couldn't give it a rat's ass whether he's got the same sandwich or not. It wasn't, hey, I'm not a real people person, you know, so I knew that wasn't for me.
Yeah, now I could kick myself, though, because now that I'm older and I see, like, oh, I could have made a career out of that. I could have used it like an art.
No, you couldn't. You would have snapped and hurt.
You think so?
Yes.
You know, because maybe if I was head of the kitchen, it would have been all right.
No. No, you.
Because I'm trying to get my son. I go, why don't you go to a culinary school or something? You know. He's like, no, Mom, you don't understand.
Yeah, don't you go picking on your kid. That poor kid's got to put up with you.
I know. That's what they say that to me all the time. I go, you know what? You're lucky. You have a cool mom.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
at least, especially the youngest one. I hate my life. My life is so hard. I hate my life. I go, are you being beaten? No. You know, are you starving? No, because he's a little chunky kid. Are you going without? I mean, you got your skateboard. You got.
Oh my God.
He has no idea. I go, your life could be so bad right now. This is all I'm asking him to do is throw the trash. It's very simple. Just throw the trash.
I have all my son's friends fooled. They think I'm really cool. As soon as I get my kid alone, it's like, all right, now it's time to do this, do that, do this, do that. Help me with this. What's the matter with you? You should have had your homework done. Come over here and wire the entire garage, you know, before dinner. And then his friends come around. It's like, oh yeah, go ahead, you know, it's fine. Yeah, he's cool.
See, no, yeah, exactly. That's how they're friends. They think, your mom's so cool. They just stare at him.
Yeah, I think we're both not cool.
But Matthew's so dramatic. I hate my life is so hard. Like, okay, you want to go live with your dad? I'll send you. Go ahead.
Don't go saying them words, Them's fighting words, kid.
Exactly. You're going to just make me go stay with him? I go, well, you're saying how miserable you are, you know. I love you. I want you to be happy, so I'll go ahead. I'll help you pack.
Well, yeah, I'll have a heart attack as soon as you leave, but I'll give it my best foot forward. Oh,
I know I would. I wouldn't let him go. If he told me he was going to go, but I told him, I said, I tell you what, when you turn 16, you can go. Because you're not 16. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. By then you figured you'll have him so ruined.
You want to share the
he
visits?
Won't be any good.
I know. Go ahead.
Yeah, he can have him by then.
That's what I told the ex, too. I go, oh, you want custody? You can have him at 16. That's messed up. I said, no, sure. 16's a good age. Have fun.
Yeah, he's all yours.
Yeah, just buy him a car.
Yeah, get him squared away and make sure he's back by 18.
Yep, he want a car and money for a girlfriend, go to movies, paintball, or whatever he decides to do. Right? Isn't that about the age? Well, Matthew's wants to be a musician, so he's gonna want instruments.
Yeah.
His whole little computer thing. I don't know. Yep. I'm glad you called in. Thanks for keeping me.
Well, Rose, I love you. Thanks for the nice compliments. I think I'll back it up with probably better than average, better than Unreal Pictures. I am tooting my horn, but you can show them to everybody.
Cool. I'm really proud of you.
Address.
I bet your wife is really happy too.
Yeah, I'm just as much surprised as proud. I knew I was going to have all the measurements down, but the actual finishing really really happened. But thanks for the conversation. Love you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Love you too. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody who hung out with me tonight and keeping us company. And I think I'll probably be back on Tuesday night. And thank you, everybody. I hope everybody has a great week, a great Monday. And for those who don't work, I'll see you in the morning. No, everybody take care and God bless.